Hey everyone, this is Ann Karen with Miranda Real Estate Group, and I have very frequently questions from my buyers and sellers as well on mortgage related topics. And it could be from pre-approvals to options on ways to offset the higher interest rates that we're currently experiencing. So I thought I'd have an expert on, Joanne Russell from The Mortgage Place, to answer some of those questions. Hi, Joanne.
Good morning, Anne. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you. Thanks so much for doing this video.
My pleasure.
So let's just jump right in there. So, um, what should a buyer consider when they're starting their home purchase search and they want to get a pre-approval? So, how does that whole process work?
Sure, that's a great question. So, in starting the home buying process, of course, finding out what you can qualify for, what you're pre-approved for, is so very important.
Mhm.
There's a difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval.
Right.
Pre-qualification is where we have just a conversation, and then we can tell somebody, okay, this is the range you're looking at. And the next step up is a pre-approval, which is so much stronger. A pre-approval letter is so much stronger for buyers to present to a seller than a pre-qualification. So in a pre-approval, what we do is we take a look at people's or buyers' income, their credit reports, and of course the amount of money they have set aside for their down payment and closing fees. And we verify that with pay stubs and W-2s. We'll take a look at their credit report and we'll take a look at their assets. And we actually take that information and use artificial intelligence through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and we actually get an approval. And that's a pre-approval.
Okay.
We can do that in person,
Mhm.
we can do that online, or we can do that over the phone. And as prepared as the buyer is, that's how long it will take to get that pre-approval. We can get it done in hours,
All
minutes,
right.
maybe. And it might take a day or two, depending on the nature of the information that we're gathering and
I
the buyer's scenario. So,
I
the
see.
more confusing or the more complicated the scenario might be, it might take us a couple of days because to get that pre-approval, we may actually want to get an underwriter to actually review their file.
I see. I see.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Well, thanks. Good
Yeah.
information. Now, of course, very often buyers will shop around
Mhm.
and go to speak with other lenders. It does sometimes bring up the question of, does it affect my credit score? So, what are your thoughts on that?
Right, right. So actually, the credit bureaus consider multiple credit inquiries over a 30-day period of time as one inquiry because it's encouraged to shop when you're looking for a mortgage.
Right.
So you could have 30 different credit inquiries over a 30-day period of time and it counts as one. However, if in addition to shopping for your mortgage, you're also looking at a car and some furniture and you have inquiries from different types of creditors, then that's really going to pull your credit score down because in addition to looking to obtain a mortgage, you're also looking to be indebted in a car or another credit
Mm,
card. So that could have an adverse effect.
I
We
see.
can also do a soft pull credit
Right.
report.
Mm-hmm.
And we can actually get a pre-approval with a soft pull credit report for a conventional loan. And that doesn't act as an inquiry at all. Just
Oh,
keep in mind that once, our borrowers go to actually contract, we're going to want to pull that hard pull then.
I see. Okay, good. Great. And so another question also right now, given the interest rates that we're experiencing, what are some options that buyers have to offset say, a higher mortgage payment?
Sure, sure. So interest rates are certainly higher than they were 2 years ago.
Sure.
They've leveled out some in the last couple of months, but in order to maybe get a lower payment, buyers can look at temporary buy downs, and a temporary buy down is where a seller or a lender will fund interest into a subsidy account so that the buyers can actually have a lower interest rate for 2 or 3 years. So if the going interest rate is 6.25, it
Mhm.
may be able to start off at 3.25 and then build up 3.25, 4.25, 5.25, and then 6.25 for the life of the loan. So that's one great way to start
Mm,
off with some lower payments. You can
awesome.
also do a permanent buy down where
Oh,
you're paying points to get a lower rate for the life of the loan. and a point is 1% of your loan amount. So you could actually pay a point and reduce your interest rate by 1/4%. And then, of course, for certain buyers, there's adjustable rate mortgages
Mhm.
where you could take a lower rate for a certain period of time.
Mhm.
And that's great for a buyer who's only going to have the house for a short period of time, or someone who can absorb a higher payment when that adjustable rate changes, because that payment will go up. That rate will change.
And how many years is that adjustable?
So that it varies. It could be 5 years, 7 years, or 10 years. It
I see.
depends on the lender, and it depends on, the terms that they offer.
I see. Okay, great. Well,
Yeah,
thank you, Joanne. This has been great information. And how can they reach you if they have more questions?
sure, sure. You can always go to our website, themortgageplaceinc.com, or my cell phone is 518-573-2012.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And if you're looking to buy or sell your home, I'm happy to help. You can reach me at 305-283-7233, or just reach me through my social media page. And it's Ann Karen Real Estate. So thank you again, Joanne. Really appreciate the time and have a great day.
Thank you. You also.
Thank you.